Welcome back to investRand, where we take the guesswork out of property investing. As I always say, this is a channel for successful property investors and future successful property investors. In today's video, we're going to be tackling a common concern we hear a lot here at investRand. The concern is, I have an investment property, but it's not making any profits. If you're somebody who's struggling with this frustration, I'm going to help you identify the culprit today, and so you can deal with it from its core. You maybe bought a property because you said, okay, maybe I found land and I want to buy it so I can be able to develop it and then maybe make some profits, but you haven't actually managed to get the expected return. Maybe you already started with some rooms, you got a loan, but you're still not making money. Or perhaps you're somebody who maybe you bought property and it was breaking even before, and then interest rate went up, or anything else in between. So if this is you in this situation, then this video is going to help you. And if you're somebody who's never bought a property before and you're looking to buy a property, I'm going to be addressing 3 ways that you can be able to help you get out of this hole and start seeing some profits today. Otherwise, let's get into it. So if you're in this boat and you can relate it with today's video, then you are likely in this boat because of 3 reasons. The first reason is you bought an overpriced property. So this means that you bought a property over the market value, and that is why you're having high repayments on your bond. And this is something that's going to eat out on your cash flow. If you've seen numbers, or if you want to check numbers, go to a platform and see how that looks. But this just means you're going to not be making a lot of money than if you actually negotiated a good price that is below or on market value. The second reason is perhaps you have higher expenses. So this could also be a situation of neglect where you're not checking what your expenses are. Management there is very, very important. Or perhaps, but this can be fixed. It's simple. You just have to look at your expenses and see exactly where you're going wrong. The other issue here on the expenses side is maybe you don't know your model. You don't have an efficient model for your tenanting. That's something where you can also use some expertise on how do you deal with this type of tenants, and what expenses do you take care of, and some of the expenses you're not supposed to take care of. But that's something we can also touch on a little bit later. And the third one, which is the most important one, maybe you're not making enough money because you have a lot of vacancies. It could also be because of your location, maybe the type of property that you bought and the condition of the property. And most importantly, maybe you just have a property manager who's not doing their job and you need to fire them immediately. But these are some of the issues that can put you in this pickle, and you need to find a way to get out of it. So what can you do to turn the tide from where you are right now, which is cash flow negative place, to actual cash flow positive? Simple. The first thing, let's deal with your income. If you have an apartment, why don't you just turn it into a multi-let apartment and have multiple tenants staying in there? Well, if it's allowed by your body corporate, and if you can allow you to have multiple tenants, that could be an opportunity to maximize your income. Sometimes it's not even that complicated. All you need to do is just do a little bit of renovations on the property, get a better tenant, and then be able to increase your income as well. And maybe if you have a house, maybe you need to add additional rooms and be able to get more money as well. So there are various ways as well that you can go about that. Sometimes you can say, no, Ezra, I don't have the funds. Then find people you can partner up with and give them a good deal that they cannot refuse, so they can help you achieve your goal of being cash flow positive over a period of time. There are many ways you can go about increasing your income when it comes to your property, depending on which type, the location, and of course the type of tenant that you're aiming for. And that's something that one can be able to work around as well. That's tip number 1. The second way you can actually just increase your income so you can move from cash flow negative to cash flow positive is monitoring your expenses. Go back and monitor your expenses and figure out which ones are the highest expenses, and then find out from other landlords who are running similar properties such as yours on exactly what they're covering. And then you can be able to use that as a benchmark as well if what you're covering is fair in terms of your expenses. I'll give you an example. You might find out that some people are doing student accommodation and they still have prepaid meters. And some people do student accommodation and they don't have prepaid meters. Those are some of the differences that could actually make or break your investment, because now you're paying a little bit more or a little bit less. So whichever one it is, you need to find out from other people as well. And most importantly, find ways you can reduce your expenses. If you're having an issue with electricity, perhaps it's about time you get a gas geyser. Perhaps it's about time you get a gas stove. Perhaps it's about time you get solar, especially right now with load shedding. So this is actually an advantage for you, because now you can say you have a student accommodation that's not going to be affected by load shedding. And then the last but not least, which is very, very important. Look, if none of these solutions is working, maybe it's about time you actually put your property on the market, sell it, and reinvest the capital in a new investment. I know this is a tough one because sometimes we get emotionally involved with our properties. We love the idea of being a landlord, but if you're losing money every month, every time, and it's taking away money from your pocket, from your family, from the stuff that you should be doing, I think it's about time you take a decisive action and selling this property, putting it on the market, and taking that money and reinvesting in a new property. And the good thing is, but right now you're starting from a place of experience. You're not starting from a place of not knowing exactly what to do. So I hope this video was very, very useful for you if you're somebody in this situation. And I hope that you can get some ideas on exactly what to do and be able to improve from there. And if you're somebody who's looking to get connected with profitable investment properties, you want service providers who are vetted, and also financing options on how to finance your next property, then make sure that you get in touch with us on the link below. And you must get in touch with us if you're meeting our criteria. At least you have a good credit, you have affordability, and you have the cash to invest and cover your buying costs, So if you meet that criteria, that's good. Get in touch with us. And if you don't, then these videos are for you, because now you can just watch these videos until you get ready. And once you have the good credit, you have your affordability, and you have the buying costs, get in touch with us and let us help you continue building wealth for your family and yourself in real estate. Otherwise, have a great day. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like, of course, share with somebody who can benefit from this. Successful investing. Bye.